Yo, what up? All right. We got another one from CMTOWN and Clangers TV, and we got another Matrix. We got another Matrix. This is Matrix Resurrection. So I mean, that's the new one. So they're talking about the new Matrix. They're talking about not the one that came out a couple years ago. Okay. All right. Let's check it out. We've got a lot of conversations about the old Matrix. Let's see what they think about the new one. Let's go.
I like the new Matrix because I got so high that I thought I was like solving a mystery. I was like figuring it out. It's so obvious in hindsight. Like there's no twists or turns.
There's literally nothing.
It tells you everything. But at the time, I was like, wait, I think Neo is trapped in a new version of the. I was so high. I was like, I thought I was figuring it out with clues.
It was like pretty obvious from the trailer. You can tell from the trailer.
I never saw the trailer, and I was like, "Whoa, dude!" And me and my boy Pete were hanging out on Christmas. Yeah. My brothers were gonna come up, but they canceled because of coronavirus. So it was just me and my boy, just a skeleton crew of two immigrants hanging out,
just sitting on a
getting
couch.
high, eating Chinese food. We watched The Matrix, and I was like explaining it to him. I was like, "Yeah, dude, I think Neo's in a new version of The Matrix." I felt so smart because I was so high, and I had a great time watching it.
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started, back to the Matrix.
I did. I was like, the first 15 minutes, I was like, okay, this might, like, I watched the entire movie waiting for it to get better.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it only got worse as it went on.
I liked when they threw people out of the building like bombs. I thought that was pretty cool.
I had a great time, bro.
But yeah, the movie sucked.
I
wasn't blazed. I should have.
You should have gotten blazed out of your. Because I was also 60 milligrams deep on top of the joint. So
I can't live like
I was out of my mind.
That's so much.
I was fighting. I was fighting to stay awake. So me taking in a movie, I felt like a genius. Dude.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Mr. Anderson. No, it can't be.
Although I didn't understand why Agent Smith was a hot, sexy gay guy now.
Yeah, and Morpheus was a gay guy now too.
Well, Morpheus, was he gay or was he just like a robot or some shit?
That was the other thing I didn't really understand. The thing with like Agent Smith, he needs to help him because he's got some deal with the
why is Agent Smith
analyst?
The opposite of Neo? I don't get it. Neo should be better than Agent Smith.
That's what you find out from the original.
There's literally
I don't get it.
There's nothing.
Why?
There's nothing new.
Neo is better than him.
There's nothing new.
He's not the devil.
In the story, well, no, because Agent
shouldn't the robots be the devil? I don't get. Neo's God. Neo's clearly Jesus, and the robots are the devil. Who the is Agent Smith? Why is he the devil?
I think. Well, this time around too. Well, they're all like muddled now because now this time Trinity is like also Neo. Like the idea that because they both died,
right?
So that's not Neo and it's not Trinity. They were rebuilt.
Right.
They were rebuilt by the machines, so they're effectively as much like programs as the rest of them.
Interesting.
And that's why Neo can't fly, but at the end Trinity can fly because it's all muddled. And then also Agent Smith, when Neo kills Agent Smith at the end of the first one, it's like
he doesn't kill him in the first one, does he?
Yeah, he does. No, in the very first one, he goes into Agent Smith and explodes
him in the ass,
and then that creates this problem where Smith is then reborn into and he's this uncontrollable program.
Yeah, and he can keep multiplying.
So he got some of Neo's jit,
but none of that shit is like. There's nothing new story wise in the movie.
Who was the Merovingian?
They should have brought him back,
and I was like, "What? They did bring him back.
They did bring him back. He's like he's homeless, and he's like, "Fuck you!
Yeah,
fuck you!"
Oh, it is you! But all these years, I can't believe it. Oh, God.
And it's like you brought this actor back.
Yeah.
He's thinking he's like telling his probably husband, "I'm going to be in movies again. They want me for the new Matrix." And then he's like, "I'm going to have a big part." And then they look at it and it's like you're just homeless, throwing your feces at a bunch of Chinese people fighting. And he's like, "I will take what I can get to return to the stage."
That's so funny. They're like, "Yeah, we can't use Morpheus again, but the Merv, We need him back.
Yeah.
We need the Merovingian back.
Well, I don't think they wanted Lawrence Fishburne in there, and I secretly
Why?
suspect it's because he made some anti-bathroom comments to
Lana.
Lana.
Is that just a guess?
It is just a guess. 'Cause he said he's like I don't know why they don't want me back. You'd have to ask her.
I am not in the next Matrix movie, you'd have to ask Lana Wachowski why, because I don't have an answer for that.
And they didn't.
Yeah, he was pretty upset about it.
Yeah,
apparently.
they didn't have, I mean, there's like literally no reason to not have him back unless they had some kind of like personal dispute, because it's not like, oh, well, this new idea.
Sense.
Yeah, this new idea of like a program version of Morpheus that Neo makes.
Not every day you meet your maker.
This can't be happening.
Oh, most definitely is.
You can't be a character I coded.
100% natural.
That like that. Nothing in the movie makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like everything narrative-wise is necessitated by having to make another Matrix movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can I create this like sort of convoluted plot that just is jammed into the other movies so that it makes sense somehow?
Yeah.
That like it's none of it's motivated by anything. Like I don't understand what like the emotions are.
I mean, yeah.
Or what, you know.
I just remember, so the first one just rocks absolute cock. There's no way around it.
It's one of the best.
One of the best movies of all time. But then I watched the other two just right before the fourth one, High as well. And I liked them, but I didn't understand what the was going on at all. And the second one, I'm like, why who the is a Merovingian? Why is he the new bad guy?
Yeah.
But then also Smith is the bad guy.
Well,
but then again, the Merovingian,
the entire time the movie's
he
trying
does
to
have
like
a hot wife.
distinguish
Monica
itself.
Bellucci, one of the
She's
hottest of all
unbelievable,
time.
dude.
It's
She's-
trying
She
to-
might be the hottest of all time.
It's trying to distinguish itself from
she's
like
got a case.
from Marvel
Yeah.
bullshit or whatever, but it's like this is worse. This is literally worse than Guardians of the Galaxy or Captain America, because it's like less entertaining and it's pretentious.
And look, again,
Yeah, it doesn't have jokes.
no.
Marvel has jokes at least
I
these
don't-
days.
No. Those
No,
jokes aren't that
your
good.
movie Thor, that was pretty funny.
That's a great movie, but the average Marvel movie
No.
jokes are kind of fucking.
If you want the truth, Neo, you're going to have to follow me.
Okay.
But yeah, man, your problem was not getting high as shit before the Matrix.
Yeah,
'Cause
shit.
if you did that, it's one of the best movies.
I'll tell you what I did. I watched it. I was incredibly disappointed. Put on Raiders of the Lost Ark. Fixed it.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not an Indiana Jones guy.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should get high and rewatch Raiders of the Lost Ark.
You know what it is? I never watched it as a kid, so it doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, you know what? I watched it as a kid, but I was never into it, and then I got into it more as an adult, rewatching it. You know what honestly got me into it? Lego Indiana Jones. Being good as shit.
Not easy.
Working at the call center, ignoring customers and playing Lego Indiana Jones. Making $17,000 a year, being like, life does not get any better.
Life is
than
good, brother.
There's just a dog shitting on the floor next to me in our apartment. I'm drunk at 10 a.m.
Time to crack
I'm
open
like, damn, I
another
feel like
cool
the Merovingian.
I will say, him having a cake that makes a girl's pussy wet as
Yeah,
hell.
when he makes a girl.
That's
a cake.
awesome.
Yeah, a dessert.
That's my dream scenario.
Yeah.
I have a little cake, I feed it to a girl, her pussy gets wet.
Yeah.
Real fast.
You know, I get those blue chews, and sometimes women they'll be like, "What would happen if I take one of those?" And I always tell them, "You remember the pussy cake scene in the Matrix?" They say no, and I'm like, "That's what would happen."
She does not understand why. Is it the wine? No. What is it, and what is the reason?
The original is good because it's like it's supposed to be an answer to this like pre 9/11 like kind of nihilism where people just go about their like okay lives and are bored. And now everyone's life sucks. It's you can identify what makes it suck. So the idea that there's some like secret world to escape to doesn't really like do anything or mean anything.
Yeah, because the Matrix isn't that tight.
Yeah, it's really
The
not.
Matrix sucks now. We have to lock down. We have a
And then so this
coronavirus.
one, it's like okay, but the answer is
Yeah.
like like sentimentality or love, and it's like, and they represent that through this like fictional relationship between these like two characters that I don't give about anymore and haven't in 20 years or whatever. And
I
it's
guess
like,
since
it's
I didn't
just
see,
bullshit.
I guess since I didn't see I mean, I saw the original Matrix and it rocked cock, but I still got love for my man Neo, mostly because of the big Keanu resurgence. So it's like because Keanu means more to me now than he did back then.
Because of John Wick?
Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
John Wick is a million times better than any of the
Matrix
Matrix sequels.
Without question.
Without question. So it's like, they're not that... I mean, John Wick is just the Matrix if the Matrix wasn't real, and he was just a guy that was cool and knew he was cool the whole time.
Yeah.
You know? It's like what if it was Neo, but there's just no story
But
whatsoever?
he's good at guns. He's not
good at
superpowered.
guns.
He's sick at guns.
He's just sick at guns.
Right.
He's got a dog.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like that they could have just done that. They could have made it and they're like, what, like they should have gone and like do the Matrix 1 again. But now everybody's life sucks. So we don't need to know that there's a secret world that we could all escape to where we have like real freedom that we can't like obtain through, I don't know, like a middle class life or, you know, buying shit or going on.
So you're saying, I see. So
Instead,
go ahead.
it's just John Wick. When Neo realizes he's John Wick,
That's awesome.
and then they just make John Wick 4 without permission
Yeah.
from
They
the
already
people who
did.
make it. And then when they get sued, they say, no, it's Neo
It's Neo.
imagining that he's John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a simulated world.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You know,
That'd have
and
been better.
Mostly the movie is just sort of like a preemptive legal argument.
That's awesome.
How you doing, John? You look as bad as I feel.
So you're saying shit was good in the 1990s, so they were escaping
Good
to the
and
secret
boring.
world. Good and
Well,
boring.
yeah, I mean, I think people were just sort of like
It was
thoroughly like
1999.
ironically attached. It's like
Yeah.
there's no big conflict in the world that's
Right,
I guess
yeah.
most people are aware of. It's like okay, the Cold War's
Yeah, no
over.
one gives a Kosovo.
Yeah, the economy's good. Sure, there's still problems like
Yeah,
you know,
Bill
crime
Clinton's
and
getting
poverty
pussy.
or whatever.
Everyone's getting
But
pussy. Everyone's like, dude, Bill Clinton rocks.
Please, Neo, you have to trust me.
Why?
Because you have been down there, Neo. You know that road. You know exactly where it ends. And I know that's not where you want to be.
the premise of the
Classic.
first movie kind of invalidates like the rest of it, or certainly like this one.
What do you mean?
Because it's like the first one takes place in like an ideal world where, you know, like I guess the only thing
First
Neo
Matrix?
doesn't have is friends or a social life. That's the problem that Neo is facing. He's bored, he doesn't really like his job, and he doesn't have any friends.
Well, but isn't there doesn't he? Can't he feel that there's something up and sinister going on though? Isn't that why he's hacking or whatever?
Yeah, well, he's just looking for Morpheus. I mean, you can extract all of these other ideas about, you know,
Why is he looking for Morpheus?
Because he's following the White Rabbit, dude.
because he's bored, because he's a loser, because he's just a guy that you know he wants to be more important than he is.
But he's got
Just a-
super. You know, it was sick. One thing I really did like though is they had the aunt from Family Matters in. She was friends with Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh Lord.
That was cool.
Is that
Aunt
who
Rachel?
that was?
It was cool to see her back in
Aunt
and
Rachel.
working.
That was
Yeah.
Aunt Rachel.
Yeah, see,
That's what they should have
Wow.
changed Aunt
I didn't
Jemima
even know
to.
that.
Damn, I should have watched that movie high.
Yeah,
you
dude.
got all the good details.
I was not paying attention for every time she was on
You
screen. I was
really-
like, who the
Is
and
that Aunt Rachel?
And it literally, I went to look it up. I was like, I need to figure this out. So I wasn't even paying attention. I was just like, who the is that lady?
Yeah.
And I finally
The
put it
worst,
together.
the real worst part of that movie is when they're in the writers' room for Matrix 4, and it's all the video game guys, and they were like, "What were the first 3 Matrixes about?"
Obviously, the Matrix is about
Transpolitics.
Crypto-fascism.
It's a metaphor.
Of capitalist exploitation.
Was it about techno-fascism? Was it about anti-capitalism?
I don't even remember that part.
And then one of them was like, "Was it about being trans?"
Did they say that for
Yeah,
real?
or transness? Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Damn. I missed that. I must have been
Yeah.
getting some low main.
We don't use that word in here.
Did you see that shit
my
where
God.
somebody just posted that picture, Lana Wachowski, like, this is who directed The Matrix?
Oh yeah, black
Yeah,
people
yeah,
were like,
yeah.
"Hell no."
Well, originally everyone was like, this is transphobic. Like, I didn't say anything about them being trans, which it's like, I know that move.
Yeah. I just said this. I did a fact.
Yeah.
This is who
This is
directed.
who it is. So
Maybe I liked
Internet,
it.
do
Yeah,
your
right.
thing.
you don't know, and then yeah, the dreadlock thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
People were mad about her hair.
That's so funny.
Things have changed. The market's tough. I'm sure you can understand why our beloved parent company, Warner Brothers, has decided to make a sequel to the trilogy.
What? I might try to rewatch the new Matrix again.
No, dude, it's not worth it. Come on.
It was really upsetting. You feel.
bad.
I was trying to figure out what the movie felt like, and it feels like you can tell Lana did not want to write the movie, and is just frustrated at having to write another Matrix movie the entire time.
I think honestly, I see where she's coming from.
Yeah.
What is the last 2 years of this podcast?
Literally.
If not the newest
In
Matrix.
fact, you could say the statement I just made is entirely projection.
I don't think. Yeah,
You could make the claim
I think
that
she
that
probably
is.
wanted to make the movie, and it
No, I
just
think the
wasn't very
studio
good.
kind of like bullied.
Yeah, because they were like, look, either we're making it or you're making
They're
it.
like, look, we
sister-
couldn't tell a
her
man
sister
what to
didn't do
do,
it
but
with
some
her.
you better get in there and sew us a new movie. Why don't you cook up a new Matrix movie?
It was cool when they.
You know there's probably some dickhead studio executive that said like, maybe you could do something about being trans.
Yeah.
You know, they probably got that note over. What if you did like a Matrix about being? What if it could really explore that? And thought about, how the Matrix is about being. Maybe then you could do a new movie.
Maybe you could. It.
Maybe one of the plugs could be in his penis.
In his ass.
I gotta ask, did you end up seeing the new Matrix?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Oh, damn.
And it wasn't as good as I hoped it would be.
Oh, wow.
But I thought Carrie Ann and Keanu really did their thing. And, yeah, that's what I thought.
Did you miss
No, did I miss what?
being part of it?
No, not really.
Damn.
But twice now, they've cast black people as people that we already know are characters in the movie and be like, nobody's gonna know the difference.
What was the second time?
They did it with the Oracle.
The Oracle, yeah.
They were like, just get some other black bitch.
But isn't that part of it with the Oracle?
They're all the same. They're all the same.
I thought that was part of it.
No.
Yeah, it was Candace Owens.
No, it's
in the new one.
racism. They did an Aunt Viv on.
I really did. Well, that's the thing though. They didn't Aunt Viv her. She was. If they picked a light-skinned second Oracle, that's an Aunt Viv situation.
Well, they did. They were both light skinned.
No, they looked exactly the same.
No, but the first Aunt Viv was
The
dark
light skin, a
skin.
little
They did not look
darker.
exactly the same. They look wildly different.
I was high when I watched those for the second, recently, so I don't remember. But I didn't understand why why Lawrence Fishburne wasn't there. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I made it up in my head.
That
he
movie
said
was
that.
really good.
The new
Really
Morpheus.
Really, really good.
I might have to rewatch it because I remember being pissed.
No, it was not good. But
No,
I
you
was,
said it made you sad.
It made me sad because I wanted it to be good and it just let me down.
No, I had no
Yeah.
expectations.
Yeah, I told you what I did. I got so high that following the basic plot felt like I was like deciphering,
Decoding the Matrix.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. And you know what? If I remember correctly, Keanu's bitch saves him at the end, and that's what I'm looking for. I need a woman to just grab me by the scruff of my neck, fly away from the agents, and then.
Yeah. Disappointing. Disappointing is probably the main word that comes to mind when I think about the Matrix Resurrections. I did not have a good time watching that movie. A little confused in the beginning. Then Nick's right, it didn't get better. You're thinking it's going to get better. It got worse. It didn't start out good for me. So I mean, it's not like I mean, yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with that movie, like why they chose to go in that direction with the Matrix. So many possibilities. Yeah, just focus on Neo. Focus on Neo rediscovering his powers, or maybe do a new cycle of the one. We should have a new one in the future. Or go back and tell the story of another, it's so many things they could have done. You know what I'm saying? It was just bad. It was just bad. I don't think they can make another one. That's how bad it was. I don't even think they're going to make another one. They should make another one. They've got to, you got to wait like 10 years for that stench to wear off. It's like Star Wars. You got to wait like 10 years for the stench of the last Star Wars trilogy to wear off before you can actually make another trilogy. You know, and you got to do it right, or you got to wait some more time. But yeah, I don't know why, Lawrence Fishburne, he may have said some stuff, and that's probably the reason why, a lot of sensitive people out there, he probably said something that somebody didn't like and they didn't cast him. But that was a bad decision because it made it hurt the movie. Either have Morpheus in it as Lawrence Fishburne, or don't have Morpheus in it at all. I don't want to see the Dr. Manhattan, the HBO's Dr. Manhattan. I forgot what other roles he played. Black Manta. I don't want to see him playing Morpheus. Lawrence Fishburne. That's Morpheus. Period. You can't get around that. So I mean that hurt the movie right there. They Aunt Viv'd Lawrence Fishburne and the Oracle. But yeah, that is just I think I fell asleep and then I woke up and I finished the movie, but I wasn't paying attention to the movie. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to go back and watch it again. Yeah, I've watched the first Matrix like 2 times since I've watched the Matrix Resurrection, just to try to get that that bad taste out of my mouth. But yeah, the Matrix. Hopefully that's the last one. That needs to be erased from history. The Matrix Resurrections. Man.